Yo, it is the 3rd of May 2025. This is the fourth episode of my Southward progress report. In this episode, I will be covering all of the changes that I made during April. So, from the beginning of this, I have been saying that I wanted to add stances into Southward, and finally, in April, that's what I did. So if I add a dragman here, and then I click on the dragman, this drop down will appear underneath him. This is these are his stances. So at the moment he's in the standing position, and if I click the drop down, we can see the other positions he can go into. He can become prone, where he's laying on the ground, and he can become flying, where he's flying in the air. Your stances affect how much damage you take, how fast you can move, and how much stamina you recover. So if the Dragman punches himself, he takes 22 damage, and if the Dragman switches to being prone, we get a little message here saying that the Dragman laid prone. Also, moving from one stance into another takes up a turn. So he took 22 damage while standing, and if he punches himself while laying prone, he takes 33 damage. Alright, and if we switch over to the map, we can see the tiny little green ring is how far he can move. Switch that to standing, and he can move much further. So it being prone increases the damage he takes and reduces the amount he can move. So what's the purpose of laying prone then, if it just makes you take more damage and makes you move less? Well, your stamina. So let's get this guy to lose. Well, I don't want him to kill himself, that'd be bad. So he's lost a little bit of stamina. So if I press the rest button, his stamina goes up a little bit. I press it again, stamina goes up a little bit. Switch him to the prone position, and I press rest, and his stamina goes up a lot. So while laying prone, you'll recover stamina just way, 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 way faster. And the final stance he has is flying. So in the flying stance, his movement is much faster. He can zip about way faster than he previously could. While flying, he takes normal damage, but this isn't like in the game yet, but you need to keep track of who's flying, and basically the idea is that if you're flying, you can't be hit by someone who's using a melee weapon on the ground. I think that makes sense to me. The reason I haven't hard-coded that into the game is because for role-playing purposes, you might just want to let that happen. But as the game master, you would have it so that when someone is flying, they wouldn't be able to get hit by someone who's standing on the ground using a melee weapon. Only other flying creatures or, ranged attacks like spells and bows and arrows. So, while flying, um, your stamina is constantly ticking away. So being in the flying stance takes a lot of stamina. So you would then want to, either go and stand back on the ground to recover stamina for a few turns, or go lay down to recover stamina at a much faster pace for a few turns, and then switch back to flying, fly in there, do your fighting, fly away, go prone, recover your stamina. Yeah, so lots of different things can be done with stances. So if we make a player, call him Bob, make him a lichen. Bob can only stand and go prone. He doesn't have the ability to fly. But if we make a character called Bill, and we make them the falcon species, the falcon and the bat both have the ability to fly. So as we can see here, Bill, the falcon, has standing, prone, and flying, just like the dragman, whereas Bob only has standing and prone, because he doesn't have wings. As for something else that I did this month, I recorded a play session with a group of my friends. I got a group of my friends together, and we recorded a play session of us playing Southward. So I just need to edit that together. And then I'll be able to release that video, which will be a gameplay showcase with actual players playing the game. And I'm going to upload that to the official Southward YouTube channel. So I won't be uploading it to this YouTube channel. Oh, Maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll upload it to this YouTube channel and I'll upload it to the official Southward channel. But yeah, I'll put a link in the description of this video to the official Southward YouTube channel, because that's where that video is going to end up. Yeah, so now the part of the video where I talk about what I plan to do this month in May. I plan to flesh out spells. I want to make spells do more different things. Spells at the moment are not as interesting as I think they could be. I also think that adding more to the map would be better, but I don't think I'll be able to get that done this month. I think working on spells and doing more stuff with stances as well is something I will be able to get done this month, and then perhaps next month I can work on making the map a bit better. Because at the moment it's just a flat area with you and the enemies. There's no cover, so I think having a system where you could bring in, drag and drop pieces of cover like rocks, trees, and random shit to add obstacles into the map would make it much, much, much better. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything I have to say. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next month. Bye bye.